Friends, gas prices are crazy, but I have a deal for you. You need to download Upside. Upside is a platform that lets you shop as usual, you earn cash back, but in a way that makes sense for businesses to earn too. I mean, that's the cool thing. All you have to do is claim an offer and get the most value on gas, which is great. Groceries, they're adding to the app, and also your favorite restaurants. At gas stations, you can get up to 25% cash back on gas at over 25,000 gas stations across the U.S. So go ahead and save a little money, earn a little cash back by downloading Upside today. And all you have to do is use the code MUSH5452. Check it out.
Life is meant to be lived. And on this show, I'm going to tell you crazy stories of my life. I'm your boy Mush King. You already know I got a story to tell.
Hey, what it is, it's your boy Mush King, and you're now tuned into an all-new episode of A Story to Tell. Right here on the CWF Network, I am your boy Mush King, and as you already know, this is just a place where I like to tell my stories and the stories of the internet. Bruh, it's been a while. I know, but we're going to get into all of that, so sit back and relax because, this is another rendition of a show where I just like to talk my shit. If you don't know, this show has been going on for quite some time, and over the years I have shared the stories of my life and the tales that I've been through, and man, let me tell you something, it's been a wild ride. And I think it's been 12 weeks since the last time this episode came out of A Story to Tell, and it's been quite the ride. Now, let me catch you up on a little bit of things. So let me tell you something. At the top of the year, literally, I was ready to turn things up, and I feel like this show, this platform has been a space where, I've just lately have just been going off about all the things that's going on with this network and how hard it is and stuff like that. And I can't take that away because that is life. That is the experience that I'm having currently as I build this show. So it got to a point where I just was tired of sounding like that. And as some of you may know, if you are tuning back in, welcome. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. But if you don't know, then I've been in Atlanta. It's been a year now. It's been a year. I've been able to, kind of get my footing, kind of get my space. And, it's been quite an up and down journey, from me losing my job and, just a whole bunch of other things that's been going on, the pandemic and So I just wanted to take a break because, the network that I had was going strong, and then two of the hosts that I had left at the same time. And then I was kind of stuck with just A Story to Tell and Create and Hustle. And, I've been doing this thing for so long, and it just was at the point where I'm just like, okay, now I'm down to no hosts again. And I don't feel like doing the whole, okay, let's train a new group of people, let's get it going and things like that. I really had to sit back, relax, and kind of re-strategize on the things that needed to be done for this network in order to take it to the next level, because clearly what I've been doing has not been working the best. I'm not saying that it hasn't worked because, this place has been the home of a lot of great shows that were hosted by a lot of great people. And, I'm not going to take that away from what it was, and it helped me build my skills over time. But, it definitely has been a struggle trying to work with people who may not be in the creative mindset or the creative space where I'm at, and the things that I'm trying to do and the things that it takes to build it. A lot of the things that I need the people who come on this network to realize is that my background comes from TV. So a lot of the organization behind the scenes is going to seem like it's a lot, but in order to have a dope show, you have to be organized. And so it's just been trying to teach that, and then you going strong and then people quit, and then you teach it again and you're going strong and people quit. So in order to just kind of figure out what the next steps are, I kind of had to step back, live a little life and stuff like that, and just kind of re-experience some things because the pandemic kept me in the house. I wasn't able to do things, and it turned me from being a socialite into a homebody. And a lot of the things that I was used to doing, even with this show, I remember just being so excited to record this show all the time, to the point where we were in a pandemic, and it's I don't want to talk about people dying every day, or I don't want to talk about, the death toll and this rule and vaccines and boosters and all of that. It just got to a point where I'm just I don't have nothing to talk about. And some of them old memories I have, I just didn't want to share those. I wanted to create new experiences, which brings me to my next point. I have been back in these streets. Now, let me tell you something. Ali D had came down here a couple months ago. I think it was April. And before that, like, I was going out here and there. Like, I would probably do a bar on a Thursday night, but I wasn't really going out like that because I promised myself when I came here, I wanted to, not really get caught up in going out and stuff like that. But, ever since I've been going out, let me tell y'all something. I've been having a great time, spending way too much money. But the one thing that it has been doing is building my name. There are people who are starting to recognize me, like, oh, hey, Mush, what's up? Like, okay, like, finally, it's feeling like home because I went from leaving New York City where I had, like, a large community of people that I'd known for years and years and years. That whole tri-state, 5-state area from New York to Virginia. Like, I had a lot of connections in that area. But and then moving to Greensboro where I knew nobody, and it was kind of like, okay, like I was building friends there, but then, I wasn't really adjusting to those people there. Like I met some dope people in Greensboro, don't get me wrong, but some of the ones that I've met, it's just been like, it's not really the caliber of people that I was used to meeting. But a lot of that has to do, like I said, with being in the pandemic. So I'm not really going to attest it to, them, and that it just wasn't the city for me. And I knew a person like me wasn't really going to thrive in a city like that because, I tried that already. But, so now moving to Atlanta, like I came here and I wanted to like get my footing first before I was out and frolicking in the streets and kind of doing things like that. So I took time to do that. I spent the first year kind of just keeping it local and keeping it, real cool, calm, and collective. But recently, bro, I've been out, staying out till 5 a.m, stuff like that. Like it's just been a wild ride. But I have been meeting like some really dope people lately who have been, an avenue of me to get back to myself, of feeling like, the person who liked to go out, the person who liked to go grab a drink, the person who liked to go dancing. Like I'm just that person who just likes to be out, like sitting home, watching Netflix, Hulu, all that. That became my life in the last 2.5 years. But now it's just like, I'm tired of sitting in the house. I can't meet nobody. I can't really grow this network. I can't really do the things that I like to do because it's just like, I could build it online and stuff like that. But like me, the person I am, like I'm really going to embed myself with you if I'm with you in person, because you're going to remember me and the things that we're doing, like, and stuff like that. So I really want to get back out here in the community and really try to boost this network to the next level and kind of figure out what the next steps are. But speaking of which, that's just, me going through me. But what the hell has been going on in this world? Like, it's been a while. I haven't even been able to talk about all the mass shootings that's been going on. And bruh, I believe I did a story to tell where I was like, I've been in one shootout. There was a shootout in a party in a gym one time. I was at a college. I'm not going to say the name because, I'm not going to tarnish names of schools. And it wasn't the school I went to, just so you know. But I went to a school and we was in the party, and then next thing you know, you hear pop, 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 and it sounded like a table fell. And like I just remember everybody stopping, and then like we saw this girl fall, and then all of us kind of freaked out and like kind of ran out the gym. But at that time I had a hurt knee, so I was like running like hobble leg. Crazy. I'm gonna try to find the story and let y'all know where it is. But ever since these been happening, I just been, it's just been crazy. Like, the Uvalde shooting, that's just terrible. I mean, anything with kids being hurt is just, against everything I'm a part of, because, Mush loves the kids. We all know this. But the supermarket one probably had to be the one that really got me. And I was super upset about that one because it's just like, they just kind of like passed over it. Like, I felt like it didn't even get the press that the other ones got. And I'm not saying that to try to feel like, some of them should get more press than others, but I just feel like, a mass shooting that was live streamed by a person who planned it, who kept going to that supermarket prior to like plan it out and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. That's nuts that could even happen in a supermarket. Most of those people were over age, and I have this whole theory about how they didn't talk about it because they're old, they're black, but there was only like one person who might have been a little bit younger in that group of people who died. And so it's just like, I feel like they just passed over it because it was just like older black people in Buffalo. Like, and then, the Uvalde one did happen, and that's just as bad. Like, don't get me wrong, that's just as bad. So that kind of came and like, it kind of trumped over the Buffalo shooting because it's just like kids. I mean, that's hella sad. And then all the cover-ups and, you know, the police that responded. That story is just nuts. But it's just like, it's just been happening everywhere. Like, there was an active shooter in Walmart in Atlanta. And I'm just like, listen, don't be bringing that over here. Don't be bringing that over here. Like, just, you know, I just be having my head just... We said it on a conversation with friends, like there are a lot of people who are just going to be suffering from the pandemic, and we are really seeing it now, especially with these young 18, 16, 17, like, you know, working from going to school online and not having that social interaction with other students. Like, I think that may be a large part as to why a lot of this is happening with these, you know, because a lot of these kids who are doing this are younger. Like, it's crazy, but... Y'all be safe out here because it's just madness in the streets, and it's not like it's like in the hood no more. Like, where it's like, oh my God, I live in the hood, I'm so scared. Like, this is happening everywhere. Suburbs, Hawaii, overseas now. There was a bar that was just shot up, you know, over in Africa, I believe. It's just nuts, and there's so many happening that you just kind of like pass on with the day. Like, oh, another one. That's so sad. Like, it's so sad. Also, the one that just happened in, I believe it's Chicago. Yes, at the parade on July 4th. That's nuts. It's just nuts. But I'm just trying to push past all the pandemic laziness that, listen, the midday naps that we was taking when, you know, we thought it was all fun and cool because we, you know, was working from home, like early in the game, whatever. Like, them things really, like, been harmful to me lately because it's just like, I just be up. It's like... Let me go take a little 20-minute nap in the middle of the day. And I can't do that no more. I can't do that no more if I'm trying to take this to the next level. So I need to get back into, y'all know I was a part of the membership club. I need to get back into that and get back to the going there and meeting up with people and things like that. And we're going to get back on track, but this is going to be like my little source of me showing y'all how I'm going to get this network back on track, how I'm going to take it to the next level. So if you are not subscribed to wherever you're listening to this app, but you should be on YouTube listening to this because YouTube is going to help us grow. Like, you know, I realized that promoting on Spotify and stuff like that is cool. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, iHeart, wherever, if you're listening there, cool, great, cool and fun. But slide on over to the YouTube because that's where I can hear from y'all and hear y'all, see y'all comment and things like that. We're not video just yet, but who knows what's happening in the near future? Who knows what's coming on this network? So stay tuned because I got a lot of crazy ideas. I'm just trying to build a team. I'm finding the team that's just going to be willing to work with the ideas that I have. So that's all I got to say for the catch up. Like, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning back in because I know it's been a long ass time, but let's go on over to the music and dip on over to the PLB, and that's the purple little bag for all my people who may not know. We're going to get on to that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booyah.
Oh my gosh. The music just turns me on.
Get in your bag, stay in your bag. Listen. We about to get right into the purple little bag, the music section of the show where I like to just tell what I'm listening to and all that. Before we get this little thing started, make sure if you're on Spotify, go ahead and check out my playlist, Mush King Life and Times. That is, where you can find it. You can search for that, all that. The description will be in the box below. But get in your bag, stay in your bag. That literally has been the phrase that I have I've just been repeating in my mind. And it's brought to you by the one and only Diddy, like his new song Gotta Move On with Bryson Tiller. That's probably one of my new favorite joints right now. Like, ever since I seen him performing on the BET Awards. Did y'all watch the BET Awards? What y'all thought about it? I thought it was pretty good. Some of these new acts, like, first of all, Doechii, let's give it up for her. She out here killing it. And, all the performances were pretty good for the most part. But yeah, that new Diddy and Bryson Tiller, like that song, that statement alone, get in your bag, stay in your bag. Like, that's something. Lyrics for me are a huge part of music for me. That's how I've gotten through a lot of things that I went through in life. Just hearing words and hearing how other people think to help me kind of resolve how I'm feeling. So, just like I said in the beginning part in the catch up, I gotta move on. Get in your bag, stay in your bag. Like, get focused. So that's exactly what I'm doing. But today in the PLB, I just wanted to talk about what happened to storytelling songs. Now, for those of you who may be a little younger, you may not, have too many references to this. Like, I know there are a couple artists out here who still do this, but, in hip hop, storytelling was always a thing. And I just don't understand why storytelling hip hop doesn't really exist anymore. So I kind of just wanted to highlight some of the ones that I, thought about. Well, as I've been thinking about over these past 12 weeks, I've been taking this break. But the 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie, most of us know it, but that's just such a great song. And like, it's still, drugs is still being dealt today. So I guess it still applies. Those rules still apply. And, everyone knows that song. And if you're a Biggie fan, like, you know that song. So that's one of the songs that I like. Renee by the Lost Boys. That's a good one. And like, let me tell you, when that comes on, and when they came out with the remix, funny how you love when we just begun. Man, y'all not ready for my singing. Y'all not ready for my mixtape. But Lost Boys by Renee was actually one of my favorite joints, and I think that the way they rapped it was just so it painted a picture. And even before the video came out, where it kind of showed us what was happening, like you can already see in your head what's going on, like the story of him and Renee, Mr. Cheeks and Renee. I think it was Mr. Cheeks who was talking to her. But and then lastly, the last one that I want to mention is the song that helped me create the name for the show, which is A Story to Tell by Slick Rick, one of my all-time faves. Especially when I'm at like an old school party and they play that, like I'll be going crazy because I just think that was like one of the best storytelling songs ever. Like I know there's many out there, so let me know which storytelling song do you think is your shit. Like I know that they got I think Eve Love Is Blind could be considered storytelling as well. TLC's Waterfall could be considered storytelling. Who knows? Maybe Sir Mix-a-Lot, I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. Maybe that's storytelling for somebody, for y'all folks out there, for my OnlyFans community out there. Maybe that's y'all jam. But let me know in the comments on YouTube where what songs stand out for you. But yes, that is all that I have today for the PLB. Like I said, check out my playlist, Mush King Life and Times on Spotify. I have some joints that I just added. Like I said, I got that, Gotta Move On joint. I got it on there. What do y'all think about Drake's album before I get out of here? Like, what do you think about it? I like some of the songs on there. It's still growing on me, but by the time the summer's over, y'all gonna love it. I personally am not a fan of the Beyonce song. I mean, I can see how it can, make you move your shoulders a little bit, but I'm good on that. And then also, I just want to say that Chloe Bailey, yeah, that's it. That's the tweet. So be sure to check out that playlist on Spotify. The link will be in the description below. And we are you already know where we're about to go. We're about to go to What You Watching. Palatata.
Hey, yo, Mushy, what you watching? Get out.
All right, in What You Watching, we have a couple things that we are gonna discuss today. And I just want to say, like I said in the beginning, I've been out in the streets. I've been out and about. So I haven't really been like catching up on every little thing that's been coming out. But come on now, let's be serious here. Netflix has not been on their shit. You see them doing all these layoffs and stuff like that. They have not had like nothing really good for a while, So I've been relying on the other streaming services to give me what I need. So now, some of these on this list are a little bit older because I had started listing things on this, on my little notes that I have of things I wanted to discuss. So, I started a while ago. But Candy on Hulu with Jessica Biel. Yo, that little series was crazy. Are you a fan of these little 6-part series? Or are you someone who wants the weekly, 10-week thing? Does the 6th episode get it for you? Do you feel like it's too rushed and stuff like that? Like, they had this one. There was oh man, there was a one with the guy, the cab driver who supposedly killed the girl. That was a good one. Your Honor was a good little 6-episode thing. Little Fires Everywhere with Kerry Washington. That was really good. So I'm liking these little 6-part episodes because it's like, okay, cool. But then sometimes it feels you like being like, well, is that it? Like, how did it end? It kind of like leaves it up to you to kind of figure out what the ending really is. And I think that they said that they're bringing Your Honor back for a season 2. So I'm excited about that. But if you have not watched Candy on Hulu, this is a real story that happened. But it's about a suburban housewife who has an affair with the husband, and then the wife dies. So, you know, that same old story, but it was actually good the way that they actually, you know, it was a good show. Next up, 61st Street. I don't know what network this comes on, but it's about the little track star who got accused of the murder, and it was about his whole trial and all that. Like, I thought that was really good. Like, that was a really good show. It was based in Chicago. I think it had Courtney B. Vance in it. It was a really good show. It was based in Chicago, which brings me to The Chi. Are we glad that The Chi is ending? I mean, it's cool, but I could do without it. And I'm glad, like, you know, sometimes we have to end these shows before they get terrible, like Empire kind of did, or some may even say Power towards the end of, you know, the original Power. You know, so I'm glad that this is the final season. I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it, like, these shows that kind of glorify these teenagers as like adults in adult-like situations, but then we're watching this show week by week and like watching what they're doing. Like, I like the kids of The Chi, like Jake and Kevin and Papa, like all that, but like them in these relationships with these girls, like, it'd be mad uncomfortable watching that. Maybe because my old ass shouldn't be, you know, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not the target audience or anything like that. So let me know what you think about that whole thing. But talking about Power, The Return of Kanan is coming back August. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for Rock? You fucking dead. I can't wait to see what happens on the next thing. Like, out of all the Power so far, like, that's my favorite. That Tommy show. Y'all think they're gonna bring that back? Y'all was watching it? Y'all nasty if y'all was watching it. That show was terrible. I tried to give it a chance, but yeah, like, I don't think that, like, I think Tommy was great in Power. I think he, you know, they should have him go back to New York so he can infiltrate on Tariq's show, but I don't think that his character was strong enough to move to a whole different state and start a whole show where he's the center of it. I don't know if that Tommy character was that strong. Like, I like the actor, but I don't know if that Tommy character was that strong. So, and then last on my list is a little rando that I kind of, sometimes I'll just be clicking stuff to watch it. So The Morning Show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. I heard about the show because it was around the time that Matt Lauer had, you know, got a little handsy on the Today Show. So I knew it was based around that. But it was actually a really good show. I was hooked when I was watching it because I was like, oh snap, like this is really good. Like, this is really good. So if you have a chance, check out those shows. Let me know what I need to be watching. Don't be giving me no old shows. I ain't going to go back to watch Lord of the Rings or what. I don't know what y'all be watching. I can't even explain it. Like, I don't like period pieces. Sometimes things with accents. I can't. Anything medieval, no. Anything where they speak with a TH at the end, Hibbeth and all that, no. No Abington of Downies or whatever that show is y'all be watching. But let me know in the comments what y'all are watching. And it's about that time, folks, where I may have to skate up out of here. So let's take it on up to the wrap up. It's that time again, folks, where we have to get up out of here. But before I get up out of here, I just have a few more words for you. Like, thank you again, once again. Thank you for tuning in to, A Story to Tell, and also just the CWF Network. I'm trying to do amazing things out here. I really am. And I don't know over the years if whatever I say to the hosts that have came on here, maybe the words that I spoke just didn't ring true to them. Maybe they just didn't believe the things that I was saying, or maybe they just never met someone who was just determined to make something happen. Like, I don't know what it is, but this network has been a place to provide a platform for all of them to come and have learned something. I mean, I hope that they came and learned something. I mean, even if we ended on good terms or bad terms, you know, I appreciate all of them, because every single voice, every single note that they contributed has been to the success of this network. So I appreciate them and that. But I say all that to say, sometimes you just got to stay true to yourself, people. Like, I know what my vision of this is. I always say I wanted to create the next BET, because I felt like BET could have done more for, you know, the community. Like, I think they've done really great things as far as, you know, media and music and black culture like that, but we don't even have a basic news show. I mean, Tavis Smiley, and I think they had a nightly news show at one point, but where's the daily news show that like people are tuning into, because that is the stories of black people, and not something that comes on weekly? Because why are we having weekly news shows? Like, with all the news that comes out, like, sometimes I like to hear things in my perspective from my people, because then it translates into exactly how I need to hear it. Sometimes when you're hearing some of these things on like Fox or even, you know, NBC, CNN, they're telling the story from perspectives that are not us. And I want to create a platform that gives a platform like that to do that. So that's just what I'm doing with this network. Also, be sure to catch me on my business show, Creating Hustle, on ESPN Radio. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm trying to grow all of this. Like, y'all, it's really time for an assistant now. Like, I have to find some way, somehow, to do it, to make it shake. So wish me luck on that. If you know somebody, send them my way. I don't play when it comes to this business stuff, so make sure they're serious if you do that. But I'm about to skate up out of here. Like I said, catch me on Creating Hustle every Thursday, 5:30 a.m. on ESPN Radio 106.1 Richmond. And you can always catch the past interviews of all my guests on Creating Hustle on our YouTube channel. So go check them out. They're sharing amazing business tips and amazing things for you to take your idea and turn into a business. So go ahead and check that out. Check out A Story to Tell each and every week. I will be back. Here is where you can find me. Also, check out Turks Talks and Tapes and Speakers with my girl Sade Fatima each week on the network. And also, if you're on the YouTube, I've been uploading some of our past content. So some of the amazing episodes that came out in the past that may not, you know, that I think did well back then, I'm bringing them out and putting them back out so I can help some of these past hosts shine, because their content, just because the conversation stopped doesn't mean that their content has to. So, you know, go ahead and check that out. There are some amazing episodes of various shows that I've had on the network over time. And then just be sure to stay tuned for the projects that I have coming up. I am a one-man band here, and I'm trying to do everything at once, but it's coming, y'all. It's coming, and I know, like, I got to tell myself that, and that's why I'm back here doing A Story to Tell. You know, because if I'm not in the game, how you gonna win it? And that's all I gotta say. So be sure to tell your story, because you never know who's listening, because guess what? Everybody got a story to tell. Also, be sure to send us a message, 347-719-3350. Send your boy a message so I can play it on the next show. I'll catch you later.
This is the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.